What's up with y'all? This is King Rip. Uh, Happy Wealthy Thursday. I wanted to something was on my mind, right? Something came to mind while I was, finishing up with, little stuff with school and responding and stuff like that. But it came to my mind because it brought back a memory. You know what I mean? And of course, when I was out of state, I was, doing my thing. But I was in the place where I was at. There was a dude. This dude, his name was Tommy. So Tommy was an informant, or I'll say quote unquote informant, right? Council culture type of guy. You feel me? So Tommy, and those of y'all that know this story, because I said it before, you know what I mean? But Tommy, he slipped, you know what I mean? And he ended up, he got sent. He openly told everybody, oh, the sheriff sent me over here because, they want me to, get him kicked out, basically evicted type of whatever, right? So Tommy, he ended up, revealing that, from all the little cancel culture claims, how they felt, all this, whatever, right? So he's playing on the phone. He's trying everything he can from video to video to all types of little weird stuff, right? So this was the fate of Tommy. I didn't, even though I was thinking about it a lot, you know what I mean? Because I had weights at that time. So I was thinking about, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? So, regardless, Tommy was dating. So while Tommy was supposedly dating another female, you feel me? He was on the side being seen with a dude that was, struggling with how to cross dress. So Tommy revealed that the officer sent that dude so he could collect his diseases so he could try to pass them to the female. So the female, I see who she is. Then she turns around and she looks at me and she like, she gets like the Google eyes, and then she turns around like, try to hide herself or whatnot. But she responded, and I let her know what it is, and Tommy, he revealed that he was trying, to masturbate me or whatever he wanted to do. But what he was trying to talk about was his way of trying to, be sexual with his phone by using augmented reality, you know what I mean? Or whatever, which is still a crime. You get what I'm saying? So this idiot, he's explaining to her now that he's in the other males, and mind you, this was after the sheriffs came and let them know, like, we're listening and we're watching y'all. So females came and they came and they let them know, they parole came, they probations came, all that came. And they started letting them know, we know what y'all doing. Y'all cannot do this to him. Y'all cannot do this. You cannot do that. And they left. They spoke to me, but the way they spoke to them was very different, So they left. The girl comes up. So, she does what she does as she left. So I seen, she was, she was a different, she was like a creamy tone, Caucasian girl, you know what I mean? Curly hair, whatever, you know what I mean? She looked good, you feel me? So Tommy comes in, he disappears, whatever. Before he comes in, the manager comes because he was participating with him. So he reveals to the rest of the dudes, because they took one off out of there to take him to hospice because they were dying. They were sitting back getting each other sick. They wasn't showering. They wasn't cleaning. They was just sitting there, just laying there. And the only topic they had on their mind was about me and how to, whatever they wanted to pretend that they was doing on their phone. You get what I'm saying? So regardless, he comes by and, he was, stressed out. So he's going to be smoking a lot. But this time, since he's caught, what he tries to do is, instead of ordering them to try to pretend like they're smoking around me, like I ever gave a damn about that. Like I told y'all, I don't, sell drugs anymore. I don't organize those spots anymore. So you can pretty much understand I've been around all the smoke in the world. That doesn't bother me, right? That was just their way of trying to, pass their lung diseases that they were dying from, which I didn't get, So the individual came in as the manager, and he's all like, oh, they got me too now. I'm with y'all, so I'm going down too. Like, they're charging me too. You know what I mean? So the funny part is now he's trying to smoke, knowing damn well it didn't work. So afterwards, he's letting them know, like, the guy Tommy burnt the spot for us, basically, right? So he leaves. Tommy comes back. They're evicting Tommy. But the day that Tommy comes back, Tommy's beat on heavily beat on. So the conversation that Tommy had, you know what I mean, before he that's this happened, I can hear the female like, oh, you're saying this, you're saying that, but why you never with your homeboys? Where your homeboys at? Where your hood at? You know what I mean? And she's telling him like, nigga, where your hood at? He's like, oh man, I'm from this, I'm from that, or whatever, right? And she's like, where your hood at? You know what I mean? Now, mind you, Tommy's from California. He wasn't from out there. And that's one thing that these officers did, was lie to these dudes and tell them to betray something that they're not. They're completely blind to the realities, right? So they pretended they knew something about somebody else and pretended that they didn't know whatever they pretended they didn't know. But the reality was, it was them that didn't know a damn thing about where they was. Do you get what I'm saying? So long story short, she let it be known, like nigga, you got AIDS, you got a disease, you got this, you got that. You didn't tell it. Like, I get checked up, I got this, I got kids. You know what? Come over here. So because he was pep talking that whole day back and forth with the officer on his phone. Oh, just do this, just do that, just act like this, act like that. So long story short, he comes back. So when he comes back, the first thing he does is he's on his phone and he looks at my direction. And mind you, I just finished from doing my college work. So he comes in, he's like, do we notice? And then he sits back and he lays down. Now the room has the odor of feces now. So right away, I'm playing the game, and then I look at him, and I notice his body looked like somebody took a bat. Somebody took a bat and woo him out. And then I looked more closer at his wounds, because I did a lot of that stuff. I did a lot of street stuff. You feel me? Nothing on that his sector. Do you get what I'm saying? But some real life street stuff. So I'm looking at his wounds, because I have a strong stomach. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I seen decomposed bodies. I seen all that, right? So I look at his wounds, and I just see the whole story. I see from where a youngin, which was another youngin one. It was all females, obviously. You feel me? So what ended up happening, he tried to get away while they was beating on him. They lumped him up. They beat on him. They smashed on him. So he got touched on by a gang of Caucasians, Spanish, and a couple blacks, and they beat him to like, it looked like he went through some debris. It looked like a gang of debris just fell on him. Like messing around with females. You get what I'm saying? And trying to be an informant, acting like he was into them, but he's also revealing that he's into other men, right? So Tommy, he lays down, he gets up, they done beat doo-doo out of his butt cheeks. He's covered in doo-doo. You get what I'm saying? I've been telling y'all a lot, like, we already beat the block up. You feel me? These informants, they ain't nobody. You feel me? Like, we already did that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they just this. And a piece of phone, dirty lips and a piece of phone. You get what I'm saying? That's it. So they found out everything. They put hands on him. He ended up slipping, claiming that he was something that he wasn't, and they showed him that they was all involved with something. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he bit off a little bit that he couldn't handle. Do you get what I mean? So he had to basically go. He did question the officer. What can we do? She got kids. We can take the kids away, and the officer is just sitting back, brushing them off like, we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. Like, you messed up. You're in contact with us, basically. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be found out in court if you ever go to court. So he couldn't go to court for nothing. And that's what I've been telling everybody, the same thing. Like, if they're in contact with these officers and these officers sent them to somebody to try to do wrong, to try to victimize while playing victim, and something happened to them, they lost their life, they got beat on, they can't bring that back to us Americans. They really can't, because that's basically, they're being found out already, right? So if you instruct somebody and you send them down the street to get killed, that death is on you because you sent them there. That beating is on you because you sent them there. That's why they cannot testify in court. And they never testified against me. Never, because that's going to be found out. That's what happens when you subpoena things, when a DA is asking for evidence. Just like when the news said during their messages, during their social, when they was trying to interrupt the protests, like, come on, we already know. So basically the story is how Tommy thought he was one of them hard, earpiece wearing, like, oh yeah, I'm dead, you know what I mean, one of them, right? And they handed him his whole life. They handed it to him. Do you get what I'm saying? And all what happened was, after the beating, after the eviction, they arrested him. That female's still out there doing what she do. You know why? Because that was also protecting her family, her neighborhood, her area, her job, wherever he was popping up at, whatever the situation may have been. Do you get what I'm saying? That's called self-defense. That's why they can never say anything. It's not like she went around him. It's not like she had an officer in her phone. It's not like she had a history of doing what he was having a history of doing. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and mind you, this was a few years back, or let's say 2025. So this was like last year that he got slapped up and punched on, But I seen these little handprints, and you can see it where you know how you could just tell, because we all grew up getting disciplined as well. So you could tell where he tried to crawl away, somebody grabbed him. It was a youngin. Somebody grabbed him. Could have been like maybe like half of this. So probably like 9, 8, maybe 10 years old. Grabbed him. And they, like, you could see where they was snatching on him. Like, they was beating him that bad, he tried to get away. So whatever he went into, he probably went into a project building. He probably went somewhere thinking that he was just officer of the law or whatever, you know what I mean? And he got handed his life to him. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. Things like that happen all the time. You feel me? So they got the justice they deserve. I call it street justice. It's legal. You feel me? They got that they deserve. And he got ghost. He got out. And everything that he did, or he went into that spot where we all was, to have those weird intentions of trying to evict somebody, playing spy or whatever he was trying to do for the officers, it was illegal. So everything he tried to do happened to him. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's the moral of the story is, it was funny. You know what I mean? How people can try to start something, and then when it happens, they don't got nothing that they can run back to because they was doing something illegal in the first place. You feel me? And it comes back to them. That's why you see me still right here, because that's the same thing the court said. Oh, this is self-defense, to the point where they just got tired. They got tired of seeing me in the courtroom laughing at the officers that's sitting there like, you're not even the arresting officer. What are you doing here? You damn for sure ain't intimidating me. You know what I mean? Like, sitting there with doodle all on you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I really clowned them niggas. You feel me? Like, so it is what it is. You feel me? Like, but as you see and move forward with a lot of things in life, you'll see it, that the people that spoke against you, that tried to pretend that they were for you or they were with you or whatever it was, and they're revealing something totally different now. Like, it should be even more easier to just turn your back and just like, you know what I mean? Like, they wasn't there for anything good. Do you get what I mean? So it was good, like, it was funny. And remembering that, he was one of the ones where whenever because I had a job. This is when I was working with as a peer counselor, right? And it was funny because every time I was gone, he was pretty much gone. You feel me? But when I was there, When I was, doing my school thing, the officers made sure they told him, or they told the manager to tell him to stick around, like he's spying on me, like he's being nosy, like he's gonna try to, just sit around being ugly, and I'm supposed to just sit back and not do what I do. And I kept on doing it. Past that class too. Past that class too. You feel me? But the whole thing with Tommy, why they sent him with bad intentions, because the obvious was happening. You get what I'm saying? But he got what he deserved. And you know what? I don't even think I ran into him again. Really don't I ran into him again. I do know when I was getting extradited back, they was letting it be known like my case wasn't serious. So there's no need for the U.S. Marshals, you feel me? Like, because it was over state lines. Whenever it's over state lines, you know what I mean? Like, the marshals get involved. But my case was like one of them little non-violence, you know what I mean? Like go back there, get, you know what I mean? And they kept telling me in court too, like, go back there, get your case expunged, finish your civil thing, and come back. And then, if you want to work with the bank, you can work with the bank. If you want to work over here, you're going to go back to school. Like, they know everything. Like, they know everything about me. You feel me? Like, and it's a blessing. You feel me? But people that try to do other people wrong for no reason, if you notice, a lot of bad stuff is happening to them, and there is nothing like a chain reaction or a follow-up when it's happening to them because of what they were doing in the first place. The moral of the story is, like Lil Jon said, don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. You feel me? But it was funny though, because he was one of them that used to have this look on his face, like he really was intimidated, but he was trying to, push it off, like he was trying to flip it. You feel me? Like, and I used to be in there in the room where he's pep talking. He went through all the stages. I got a girlfriend, I got a wife, I got a job. Like, all the same storyline scripts I've been hearing the stalkers say, like, over and over and over. You feel me? Like, boring. You feel me? Like, that don't got nothing to do with me. And neither do I give a damn. I got my own. You feel me? So I heard all the line scripts. You know what I mean? So after all those line scripts, it came down to, we can't do nothing. Like, we can't do it. And they're telling them no. Like, it's funny. It's just funny, I heard all the line scripts. Y'all done heard all the line scripts. Even now, y'all can hear everything every single day. Like that dude going in the toilet around until it goes down the drain. The same line scripts. That's all it is. It's not really a personality. It's not nothing. And every time they leave a place or a job or a school or anything, trust me, they're going to try to damage something in that business. They're going to try to damage something in that business because that's how they felt as cancel culture against our country. When they got somewhere, they tried to pile up in there, whether the workplace, housing, or school, or whatever it may be, a job, they tried to pile up in there with just them and make it like try to sugarcoat something. And then the reality is they was just filthier, and they was, the sickness, the unsanitariness, like everything. You feel me? So yeah, it comes back. You feel me? Like, you got to understand, when you're not sanitary, you're violating federal law. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I be on that with the metros. Like, y'all be seeing, you feel me? Like, but I don't need to sit back and just conversate with a nasty mouth. You feel me? Like, so that's why I think it's funny. Me, just personally, I think it's funny. Like, somebody can portray themselves as one thing, and then they don't have no personality. They don't have no spark. They don't have nothing. They just looking like. But not even like that. You feel me? But like, just, you get what I'm saying? Like, why torture yourself? If that's the case, if you're going to come around and you're going to torture yourself on somebody because they bother you, you're not really trying, like, you're not bothering them. You're trying to, but you're the one going out of the way. And that's how they got away with that. Because their approach to, or their response to his approach, they had it all down packed, and that's why I be telling y'all to know y'all rights. You feel me? But yeah, that was a funny story. It just came to my mind because it was funny. Like, and me finishing up with the little the school thing, school being on my mind, it just came back to me, bam. Yeah, yeah, it was funny, you know. But just because you know who somebody is already, it doesn't mean that you have to waste your time and talk to them. Because after all, I told y'all they did call themselves the friend murderers. And they said that and wrote it on walls because they needed to talk to you in order to befriend you. Not talk to you and automatically start complaining about you. No, they're out of time. That's why they do stuff like that. But before, like years ago, they would just talk to you to befriend you, get to know you, and then betray you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like me, I don't got time for fake friends. I don't got time for friends, period. You feel me? Like I got too big of a support system. Like I don't have time for that because individuals that their time is out, they're gonna immediately show you they don't want to work, they don't want to do anything, but they want to talk about you or you bother them. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is the signs that they give every time they're gone. Now, mind you, this is the third time, and the third time is a trauma. It is what it is. It's complete. That's why so many officers can't do their job. You feel me? Like they're just throwing it away. But it is what it is. You feel me? Like, but yeah, y'all enjoy y'all Thursday because it is a happy Friday Eve, and y'all enjoy that. You know, because mine is starting already.